are currently tired of where you are as in life and looking to change the course and the direction of your life, to start moving in the direction that you would rather have it move so that you can achieve the success that you have been destined to achieve, then this video is certainly for you. So keep watching, okay? Hi my elegant family, welcome again to another episode on the Winnie School of Elegance channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some pointers on how you can rebrand and reinvent yourself. The steps I'm sharing with you today are practical tips that if anyone literally focuses on and does it judiciously, can start to see results in less than a month or 3 months. But you have to put in the work and be committed to diligently see the process through. Now, before I start sharing these pointers with you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now would be a good time for you to join us, especially if leveling up and living the best version of your life is something that's of importance to you. And if peradventure you're subscribed already to the channel, but you haven't joined our email list, you are missing out on a whole lot, because I also share very valuable information on how you can level up your life via the email list platform. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below, and you can just click on it and join us if you're interested in joining us today. So let's get right into the practical steps that you can take to rebrand and reinvent yourself today. Now, I know that there are a lot of motivational speakers out there who have said a thing or two about rebranding. Even though all of the things that they have said are true, sometimes a lot of people don't take what they say with a pinch of salt for whatever reasons. But I want you to watch this video not like you are watching another motivational video, but take everything I say very seriously, because literally the things that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video are things that if you would put to work, you would definitely see the results. It's inevitable. So grab your paper, grab a pen, because class is about to be in session. The very first step to rebrand and reinvent yourself would be for you to start where you are. Your starting point is where you currently are at. And what you do at that point, just imagine that you're about to run a race. That point where you are currently now is your starting point. Acknowledge that where you are at that starting point is not where you want to be. So imagine, just see yourself standing on a race path or whatever it's called. And imagine that where you are at is where you are currently, and say, this is not where I want to be. Then imagine where you want to be. Just use your imagination. Your imagination has to come to work right now. Use your imagination to determine where you want to be or where you would rather be. And then acknowledge that where you are right now is not where you want to be. And then hold that imagination in your head. Just keep that picture of what you're seeing in your imagination in your head. Hold it and don't ever let it go out of your imagination or out of your head. That is the very first thing that you must do to rebrand and reinvent yourselves, okay? The second thing that you must do would be for you to draw a map of your life. Now, you have started from a point where you are at right now. You've used your imagination to decide where you want to go. Now, you may not have it all figured out. In fact, no one, even people who actually are doing so well already, don't seem to have it yet all figured out. The most important thing is that in your head, you know exactly where you want to go. You may not know all the roads that you need to take, but the second thing you need to do is draw a map. Now, your map should have, where are you right now? You're here. Where are you headed? And when you're drawing a map, don't just use your imagination. Now get a paper and a biro. This is where I'm at. Write it down. This is where I'm going. Write it down. Now, you also now need to write the road in between and all that it will take for you to get to your destination. The road in between should contain things like, okay, this is where I'm at, right? This is where I want to go. This road in between is where I'm going to have to do a lot of the work, right? Now, What do I need to do in this road in between to get me to my destination? Success means different things to different people. What does success mean to you? You are here now. This is not where you want to be. This is where you want to be. So what do you need to do in between here and here to get you to your destination? Again, you don't have to have it all figured out. Maybe you only have the first 1 month figured out on the step you must take. Maybe it's writing a course. Maybe it's taking a lesson, a tutorial. Maybe it's just reading a book. Maybe it's speaking to someone or asking someone to mentor you. What is that one thing you need to do that will take you from where you are to where you want to be? You need to figure out that thing for yourself and write it out on paper and pen. And let's move over to the third point. The third thing that I've put down here on how you can literally rebrand and reinvent yourself will be for you to evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses. What is that thing you are exceptionally great at that even in your sleep you can get done? What is that one thing that you are so good at? You need to discover what it is first and evaluate it. When you evaluate something, you are taking a good look at that thing. So for example, if this ring were to be my strength, where my strength lies, I'm looking at this ring, okay, this is my strength. How can I use this strength to get to my destination? Keeping that your vision in mind on where you want to go and having your roadmap. How can I use this my strength, this ring that I'm looking at, to get to where I'm going? What am I good at? Am I good at braiding hair? Am I good at makeup? Am I good at talking? Am I good at cooking? Am I good at graphics? Am I good at acting? Am I good at dancing? How can I use this thing that I'm so good at to get to my destination? What can I do with this my strength that will help me get to my destination today? You need to figure that thing out for yourself today. Then your weaknesses. What are the things that you are weak at? So for example, your weakness can be, I'm not good at waking up early. How can you change that weakness and make it a strength? Or how can you refine that weak part of you and make it something that you can put or use to your advantage that can help you literally get to that destination that you have planned to get? You need to evaluate what your weaknesses and strengths are and write them down. For example, I'll use myself as an example. I have a lot of strengths. I also have weaknesses, but I've found a way to refine my weaknesses so that I can use them to my advantage. So my strength is I wake up at 3 a.m. every day. I'm an early riser. I get my day started. I'm very organized. Now, I never used to be organized. Like I wasn't born with organizational skills, but I developed organizational skills. I'm very time conscious. I'm good with scheduling. These things are my strength. I'm effective with communication. My strengths, I'm good at delegating. I'm good at delegation. I'm good at management. I'm good at people management. I'm good at project. I'm so good at these things. And I didn't just get good at them. First of all, I discovered that I enjoyed doing them. And then what did I do? I worked on developing them so that I could use them to my advantage. So a weakness of mine is when I'm under stress, I'm not able to be as productive as I would be if I was in a calm state of mind. So what do? I try my best to ensure that I don't get myself to a position of stress so that I can always function. So these are things that you need to actually sit down and evaluate for yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then literally use those things to your advantage and see how you can develop them. Before we go ahead, I want to remind you that we have a course on the art of speaking eloquently and elegantly, if communicating effectively and being an effective communicator in English, knowing how to articulate your thoughts and express yourself a whole lot better. If you are looking to be an eloquent and an elegant speaker, this course is certainly for you. Just click the link in the description box down below and get access to more information, and of course also how to access the course as well. Okay, let's get back into this rebranding and reinventing ourselves. Next up would be for you to take back control of your life. Take back control. You have to realize that it's up to you to become everything you were born to be. Stop blaming your mom, stop blaming your dad, stop blaming your parents or your grandparents for that thing they didn't leave you, or that lesson they didn't teach you, or whatever. At this point, you're fully grown, you're a full-grown adult who is seeking success. So take back control of your life. You can't keep blaming everyone. You've got to take back control. God has blessed you tremendously with everything you already need. that you have breath, you have eyes, you have nose, you have mouth that can talk, and all of those things definitely means that you have everything you need to succeed in your life. So stop the blame game and take back control of your life. Once you are able to remember that you are the one in charge of what happens to your life, then and then only would you be able to make the necessary move to achieve the success that you so deserve. The next step that you're going to take in rebranding and reinventing yourself, and this for me is actually the most important step, you've got to take action. Now, you've been taking action from step 1 to step 4 by, first of all, setting the vision, drawing the map, evaluating your strengths. Those are all actions. But now you have to take a proper action by asking yourself, what can I do today that would take me closer to my destination? Remember, you are here. You don't want to be here. This is where you want to be, but there's a road in between. What can you do every day that will take you away from this point that you are to, even if it's a small point just below that, that gets you closer to your destination? What can you do today? It may be, I want to read one chapter of a book that gives me more knowledge. I want to talk for 30 minutes to myself and reaffirm myself that I can do this. I want to make a phone call, just one small step away from where you currently are to, just one step. What can you do today? Remember that it's just very little tiny things that you do every day that sums up into great achievements and success. Success is not overnight. It's little tiny steps of things, little tiny build-up of everyday actions that leads up into big success. So take action. What can you do today? Ask yourself that question and do it, okay? The next step you have to take in your rebranding process will be for you to be very intentional about everything. Stop leaving things to chance. Be very intentional about your waking up in the morning, what you do, the steps you take. Intentionality can mean you having a schedule for how your day is going to turn out, what you want to do for that day. Stop living by the minute. Stop living by something someone else would do or someone has to do, maybe a phone call or something. Stop living by, okay, well, you wake up in the morning, I don't know what this day is going to be. I'm just going to take it as it comes. No, if you want to be successful, you have to be intentional about the success. Put a value on every second of your time every day. And say this, for example, when I wake up at 3, from 3 o'clock to 5 a.m., I'm going to do my morning routine. I'm going to pray, I'm going to worship, I'm going to study my Bible. Now I'm talking to you about me now. So from 3 to 5, I'm spending it with God, refreshing myself spiritually, getting rejuvenated, getting re-inspired from the place of the Spirit. Then from 5 o'clock to 6, I'm taking the time to take care of myself, taking a bath, doing my skincare routine, getting into my clothing. If I'm working from my home, I'm working from outside my home, I'm deciding, okay, what am I going to wear? I'm making myself breakfast, doing something. Then from a particular time to a particular time, I'm getting into work. Okay, for my work, this is what I have to do from this time to this time. I'm prioritizing my tasks. I'm starting with the big tasks first, and I'm saying, okay, I'm completing this big task, and then I'm going to go into the smaller ones. I'm shutting off my phone for the next 2 hours. I'm not answering any phone calls. I'm not going to go on social media. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to focus on this thing until I have gotten it done. That is what you call intentionality. Okay? Intentionality is not you saying, okay, I want to do this, but then you keep your phone on ring. You can hear literally every notification that pops up into your phone, and every time something pops into your phone, you are distracted from that goal. You open your phone and you're looking through. Before you know it, an hour has gone by. You're wondering, what did I do in this 1 hour? You cannot tell. So be very intentional about your everyday, okay? Next thing you need to do is you have to be determined to succeed. No one can make you succeed more than you can. All the inspirational speakers in the world cannot make you succeed if you are not determined to succeed for yourself. What you can do, be angry. Be angry about where you are. Be so freaking upset about where you are that anger pushes you. Let that anger be the fuel that motivates you and launches you into taking that action. Be so angry, be so uncomfortable, and let that uncomfortability just push you into what you need to do to achieve the success you know that you were destined to achieve. The next thing that you need to do to rebrand yourself would be for you to detox your circle. by circle, I mean family, I mean friends, I mean when you scroll on social media, what do you see on it? I mean when you're watching TV, what are you seeing? Detox everything that is close-knit to you. And this is also part of being intentional. Who are your friends? Guys, who are your friends? Who are you constantly associating yourself with? I remember there was this point in my life where I met this guy who actually wanted to be friends with me. And I noticed that this guy would always wake up in the afternoon. His day literally started at 11 o'clock or 12 p.m. every day. I quickly realized that this guy can't be my friend. And not because he probably spends the night working. No. He spends the night just whiling away. He probably ends up sleeping at 4. What have you been doing? Why didn't you sleep early? I was watching a movie. I was doing this. Nothing tangible. Then he ends up starting his day at 12. I quickly realized that this guy can actually not be my friend, and I tossed his to the curb. So be very intentional about people in your circle. Be very intentional about, you need to have only people right now. It's a do or die. You want to achieve success. It's a do or die. You need to have only those who have their eyes set or their focus set on achieving success, because those people's energies will rub off on you and you see them succeeding and going. You are motivated, you keep going. You guys are rubbing off on each other. Iron sharpening iron, iron sharpening iron. This one is going, you go. When this one doesn't feel motivated, she looks at you, she says, oh, she's still going, she keeps going. When you are feeling demotivated, you look at her, she's still going, you motivate yourself. You guys just keep going that way, and before you know it, boom. And when you are going on social media, go and do a detox of your social media page. Stop following accounts that are not helping you. Leave all of those comedy accounts, that's all those gossip blogs and that make you waste your time reading about other people's stories and lives that is not adding anything to your life. Purge yourself of those things and only fill your social media feed with things that actually edify your spirit, soul, and body. Okay? This next one is also, well, everything on my list is actually quite important, but this one is also important. Don't be found in places that don't serve you. Don't be found in places that will not help you achieve the goal of living here to here. Again, be very strategic, be very intentional about the places that you go to, and only go to places that help you actually cover the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Next will be, stop doing things that make you vibrate on a low frequency. Stop doing things that dampen or hamper the progress that you're making. Things like lying, things like being dishonest, things like manipulation. Remember, you are living and you are playing on life's playing field. And when life's playing field is concerned, there are laws and principles that govern this universe. You can't manipulate someone and expect life to pay you back good. No. There's something called karma. What you do to someone, it will come back to you. May not be the exact way you did it to the person, but it will definitely come back to you. And if you want to start vibrating on a high frequency, you need to ensure that you are putting out only good to the world. You are putting out only good things to the world. You don't lie, you don't steal, you are not dishonest, you're not manipulative. You are doing things according to life's principles and laws. And I tell you, life will reward you in the most remarkable of ways. So you need to maybe educate yourself and find out, okay, what are the principles and laws that govern life? Maybe I'll film another video talking about them. But stop doing things that make you vibrate on a very low frequency. Next is get rid of a scarcity mindset. The God that created this world created every single thing in it that we require to be as successful as He has destined for us to succeed. You know what is causing the poverty in the world today? Man-made systems. The wickedness and selfishness of certain individuals to control resources, to control things, to control people. That is what has kept the world in what it is today. But guess what? You can rise above it by simply changing your mindset and the way that you think. Because only when you change your mindset will you be able to start attracting the things that you actually desire and the things that are rightfully yours. That leads me to my next point of using the law of attraction to your advantage. Change your mindset. Understand that there is abundance in the universe. Everything you need in this world is available for you. But if you keep thinking that you are lacking something, you are in need of something, you will continue to lack. But the moment you change your mindset and say, everything I need is available for me, everything is working out for my good, the lines are falling onto me in pleasant places, everything I require to start up this business is available. It is coming to me. Our paths are meeting. They are meeting right. It's all happening in your mind. Before you know it, even you will be shocked at the way life will start bringing those things your way. You find that the steps you're taking are taking you closer to those things. Before you know it, everything is just functioning and working out right. And that's how you start to attract the things that you really desire. That's how the law of attraction works. Changing your mindset, okay? And of course, the final point that will help you rebrand and reinvent yourself would be start using your assets. What are my assets, Winifred, you might ask? You have a brain. Start using your brain. Start developing your brain. Every day, work on developing your brain. Find something new to learn. Learn something new every day. Learn it. Stop being lazy with your brain. Your brain has the capacity to learn multiple skills, multiple things on a daily basis. Yes, it's an asset. Apart from your brain, if you have health in your body, it's an asset. If you have friends, a rich network of friends and family that care about you, they are your assets that you can put to good use. While you're starting up that business, your friends and family can be your support system. They can rally around you and support you the best way, but you need to know how to take advantage of them. Of course, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that allows them just willingly give you their time and their attention. You have assets. You have a brain, you have a mind, you have thoughts, you have friends, you have your strength at the beginning. You know these things, so put them to good use and start doing the things that you need to do. Do you have a friend who you can just pick up your phone and reach out to and say, you know what, let's start this business? Maybe that friend has something that you need to start up a business. Reach out to him, reach out to her. Let's start this business. You have this, I have this. Let's come together and collaborate and start this business. Think, use your brain and think outside the box and start getting yourself from here to where you definitely should be. I'm rooting for you. The whole world is rooting for you. God in heaven is rooting for you because He made you in His fullness and He expects nothing less but extreme success and abundance for your life. If you are not living up to that high potential, you are not making God proud and you are wasting His assets. You are His assets. Put yourself to very good use and be every single thing that God has destined for you to be. I am certainly rooting for you. And I'm looking out for you to see you right at the point where you are destined to be. That's all I have for you for today's video. I'll see you again in another episode. Until then, remember to stay very elegant. Take care.